Dear students, today we are going to see in this video a small unit workplace communication. So this is your workplace communication and work study. Okay, so myself, Dr. T. Sujata, I am working as an assistant professor, Department of Commerce, Indian University, Bangladesh. So we are going to see this work study. So what is work study? What is workplace communication? So work study is a systematic and through prolonged approach, method study and work measurement designed to increase organizational productivity, reduce cost and standardize processes. So it is the primary importance is it improves the efficiency. So let me come again. What is workplace communication? Communication is one person giving some information, communicating, sending some information, encoding, and the other person receiving that information. So that only we say it as a communication. And in workplace, communication means in the workplace, regarding the work, they communicate, manager communicate to the subordinate, or the owner of the institution communicate to his subordinate. So all these things are coming under the workplace communication. Next, it is what are the importance on this workplace this communication? It increases the productivity, identifies and eliminates waste, ensuring maximum utilization of human material, unwanted communication, unwanted things, unwanted information passing, all those things are getting reduced. So cost reduction, it lowers production cost by reducing material waste, overheads and labor costs. Because of the clear-cut communication, the cost is reduced, and standardization, there should be some standardization in all the work. It establishes the standard times, methods for tasks, allowing for consistent quality and performance measurement. So once the owner, he insists it is like that only. So the target is this one. So all those things when it is informed very earlier, then the employee, they understand what to do and how to do, and they try to complete within the target time. Next, it improves the working conditions, because in order to make the target to get complete, the working conditions will get definitely improved. Because when the working conditions improve, then only the employees can complete that target. Next, better management decisions. In order to get the target work done, the management also take good decisions, and they provide accurate data, or they plan, schedule everything in order to get the work done. And the proper incentive schemes also will be introduced. Then the next one, what are the applications of work study? So applications of work study, how the work study is implemented. So the method study application, streamlining manufacturing processes, improving plant workplace layout and reducing unnecessary manual handling. So how the work study, how it can be improved, all those things in well advanced they are studying. So what measurement applications you will be asked in the examination. So what is meant by work study? How the applications of work study is implemented. So work measurement applications, how the work is being measured. So determining fair wages and incentive schemes. So once you complete this much target, suppose if an employee is working in an export garments company, per day target is measured. So you have to complete this 10 pieces. You have to complete 50 pieces. Once that pieces are completed, then only the target is getting over. So next, general industrial use. applicable in both manufacturing and service sector also. So the product development time, optimize material flow, and improve service efficiency. So all those things are the how to measure this work study. Next, so effective communication in the workplace. How the person will be asked how effective communication in workplace can be improved. So workplace communication is a process of exchanging information both verbal and non-verbal. Either the communication can be a verbal communication or it can be a non-verbal communication. So there are many means of communication. Verbal means orally, and non-verbal means it can be the written way, putting in the notice board, sending emails. All those things are coming under the non-verbal communication. Both are needed in the institution. Verbal, all the things are not required to be in the verbal. Suppose if any information to be passed, it can be written in the notice board also. It can be done like that also. So all the things are not required to be in the oral communication. Next, importance of effective communication. So what are the important? Why it is important? Workplace communication improves productivity. So when you are preparing for your examination, you will be getting in all the things are improvement of productivity, cost reduction, and better rapport, all those things. So when you are preparing for your examination, for this heading, what are the points? You make a note like this and you break. So otherwise the points may overlap with each heading. Okay. So workplace communication improves productivity. Workplace communication can increase employee satisfaction. Continuously from morning working and the evening at the end of the day, the worker goes that as if he is unable to complete his target. Then definitely he feels a loss for that. So in that situation, an effective communication leads the employee job satisfaction because he knows well in advance what he has to do and he got a proper input for everything. So on evening he has to complete his work. He knows his work, so he plans according to that and he completes the work. Next, the workplace communication can have a positive effect on absenteeism and turnover rate because the proper information. In case if any employee leaves all on a sudden, 2 months notice should be given. A 2 months salary must be given. So all those things when it is given, when the HR management policies are given very clearly to the employees, then the employee have a very clear plan about his absenteeism and his turnover rate. Next, how to communicate in the workplace communication. So, what are the various methodologies management can take to communicate with the employees? So, how to communicate in the workplace communication? In the workplace to occur in a way that responds positively. So, communication must be there, and it should not hurt any employee, and it must reassure the employee. All those things are there. So when the things are being communicated, it must be clear communication, and no employee should get affected from it. That is highly important thing. So with respect, with courtesy, and with sensitivity, so the information must be passed on to the employee. So recognize cultural differences in case of anything in an institution. Hindus will be there, other religion people also will be there. So no one should get affected of this any communication, and then communicate in a way to develop and maintain positive relationship. So the communication must be in the positive relationship and it should build up trust and confidence. Okay. Next, essentials during verbally communication. So verbally communication. So what to be in verbal and what to be in non-verbal. Speak clearly and then listen. When it is on the verbal, what are the various things to be followed? It should be clearly and listen carefully to ensure information is understood. So suppose if I am communicating to an employee or another person, then I am communicating and I should check that whether the other person understood what I said. So ask the person to confirm the meaning of information to avoid misunderstanding. So there should not be any misunderstanding. So whatever what I said, that only the other person must have understood. Suppose if I'm asking my employee or that other person to go and pick up the client in the airport by 5 p.m. 5 a.m. Suppose in case it is 5 a.m. And I must provide all the information and who is the client that is coming from the abroad and whether he comes directly from the abroad or what is his name, number and flight. All the information I must give it to the other person and the mode of transport, how he can go and how he can pick up from where he has to go and whether the client reaches the office directly or he goes to the guest house. So all the information I must, it may be by seeing, it may be a small information, but all these must also are there to communicate with the other person. So all those things are there. Next, communication through email or other written communication. In case when the communication is through email or other written communication, so it must be always before I send the email, it must be one or two times. It must be gone through, and no one should get affected. It must be very clear, no spelling mistake, no grammar mistake, and the way how I speak, it should be clearly mentioned. Okay. So ensure the content in the email is relevant and as appropriate as this. So what is the subject I mentioned? It must be that content only. The subject and the content should not get deformed. Ensure that content details are appended to the email so that those reading it can contact the sender if required. So when we go for search mail, when the subject is relevant, then only we can find out. Normally, many people, subject will be different. Suppose if I am sending on to my mail or to anyone document from X, like that the subject, then now they cannot find out. Suppose if any, suppose mark sheet, second year mark sheet. Even I am mentioning the same thing in the subject, then search mail also will be easy. We can find out easily. So that is what always we used to say for the file. What is that file? The same name to be recorded, same name to be mentioned, and same for the mail. What is that subject? That only to be mentioned, and it has to be sent. Generally, for the other person or even to us also, when we later on, if we want to search anything, it will be easy for us to search also. So in the mail, it must be polite, concise, use valid points, and avoid lengthy. So that should not be lengthy mail. It must be 4 lines or 5 lines or whatever it is. It must be clear cut information. Okay, avoid using email that is confidential. So for the confidential things, normally email is not advisable. Next, how to communicate with the clients and customers. In this topic, in this thing, normally for the client and customer, what is required only that one centralized to the point only. So it is not required to more and more. Suppose if you are communicating any meeting, customer meeting or anything, date, venue, time, okay. So all those things, whether any food will be provided or not, any DAD will be given or not, all those things are required. Okay. So whatever it is, when we communicate to the client, the same point only, it must be very clear and concise to that. Okay. Next, what our clients are expecting, how the wording should be there, all those things are highly important. So with this, we came to the end of this video, and in this video, we discussed about work study and work study communication. So hope you all understood. We'll meet again with one another video short time. Thank you.